Hello everyone, Lady De Winter here, and today I wanted to talk to you about the shirt, the pictures of the shirt you just saw on me that I made. Now, this is the shirt, and it goes about to below my tummy on me, and I bought a little yellow skirt to go with it, which is the other picture you saw. I had 2 blocks left over, so I'm going to do is seam them up this side, put a little handle on it and use it as a phone pouch to match that. Now, I also have a cardigan sweater in the same yarn. So that's going to look really cute together with the little yellow skirt. I could also buy a blue denim skirt and wear it with this. This is a pattern that I kind of borrowed from Tat Mama 63 or 93, something like that. Tat Mama on YouTube. Now, I liked the shirt she made, but it didn't quite work for me. It was a little bit too big. She's a much bigger lady than I am, apparently, tall-wise. I'm a very short little thing, but I am wide this way, but not wide up here. I have kind of a, like that, like a triangular shape body. So I was very upset that when I first started making this, the crocheting was going, it was straight to here. And then all of a sudden it started going out like that. At first I was upset, and then I realized, no, that's perfect. Even though and that's a tension thing with my hands, but even though that is a thing, the shirt fits me beautifully because of it. Because I am a triangular body. So I'm making a second one, and I'm loving it. And yes, here's my little bag, and here is one. This is the second panel. That's the second panel, and the first panel is not perfect by no means. As you see, it's got that little thing there, but it lacks on this side, so it kind of evens out the way that it looks. But this is it. This is the first panel. As of course, it's got the little granny squares at the top. And so I'm almost finished with this one. Almost finished. I've got one more panel to make, and then I'll be done. Now, you're probably thinking, did you make a shawl out of that? Yeah, I did. I bought a crap load of this yarn in order to make a blouse, a big sweater type blouse. As soon as I put the started putting it together, or put on my other cotton shirts, I realized way too hot for Georgia. Way too hot. Not a sweater shirt, a kind of a t-shirt with sleeves. Anyway, way too hot for Georgia in the summer. Way too hot. So I thought, okay, I got to find something for this yarn. I got to do something with this yarn. I don't know what. So first I made the Ophelia's reading shawl, which was in another video. Then I got to thinking, you've got still a ton of this yarn left over. What are you going to do? A shirt. Just like the first one you made. So this one has a white skirt coming. Now the white skirt will work with this little shirt too. So, and the yellow shirt will work with this one because it's got yellow in it. So, I have gotten a couple of outfits out of some yarn that I had on hand that I had nothing to do with. Yay! Sometimes you just got to find a project for the yarn. Now, I have got tons, and my hair's growing out, so, and I'm going to let it grow out. Sometimes you find yourself with tons and tons of yarn and you have no idea what to do with it. Well, give yourself some time. You will find a project for it. I have learned. I have orange yarn in a tub in the back room. And, in fact, let me show you. Hold on just a second. Okay, pause. My son is a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Now, you don't know this, but we used to live in Cincinnati, Ohio. My kids were basically raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, except for Devin, which was raised down here in Georgia. So, my son, my oldest boy, is a Cincinnati Bengals fan. And I'm not a big football fan. My late husband was a big football fan, wrestling, football, that kind of stuff. He loved it. So I thought, I've got all these different shades of orange. I was going to use them in some Halloween projects, and then I decided not to make those projects because my hands started giving me trouble. You will find that I will quit crocheting for a period of time because of my hands. Now, I know you're probably getting tired of hearing about my hands. So anyway, I decided to make him a Bangles blanket. Now, I had some of this Mainstays yarn left over from another project, and I thought, well, this is going to make a cool blanket. Now, what I did with that stitch is this is a double crochet. This is a double crochet, but it goes all the way down to the stitch right there in the next row of double crochets, the granny stitch. I extended it down to the next thing where there would be a little hole. There isn't a hole, there is a stitch. I thought that looked pretty cool, and it kind of was reminiscent of bangle claws, bangle stripes. So now he's got orange, he's got white, there's going to be black and various shades of orange in it. So I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to trim it in white and black and orange, and that is going to be a gift for my oldest son. Now, I've got all this yarn here, and as you see, there's like 4 or 5 skeins here, and there is more yarn in here, more yarn in here. So I will have more than enough yarn to make a huge blanket. So that's how I am shopping my stash. I am using some of the yarn. Now, I did have to buy some black and white yarn, and I bought Premier Basics because, you know, I didn't feel like running over to Hobby Lobby, so I just ordered Premier, and it will be shipped here to my house. Why did I not go to Walmart and get Red Heart? Same reason. I didn't feel like going out anywhere. It's too hot. My car's air conditioning is, and at a red light, the windows down doesn't do you a lot of good either. So I ordered the yarn to be sent here to my house, and I really like Premier yarn. The more I work with Premier, the more I like it. That one batch that I got that was the mosaic with the problems in it, I have not encountered that with any of their other yarns so far. So I think that was just a situation where they were spinning it, or something wasn't being watched very carefully. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to have 2 shirts out of yarn that I had, and this is still attached, unfortunately, to the yarn in here. And I've got 3 more cakes over on the table. So this is all going to be various shirts that I will make, and of course I'll weave in the ends, just like I did on this shirt. No, all but that one. That little one's sticking up. I might have to, there's scissors. I have to get rid of this little puppy because it's sticking up, and I don't want yarn sticking up. Gotta be very careful though when I cut it. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. So, all right, so this little shirt and that little shirt, and I am real happy with these. I used up a ton of leftover yarn. Yeah, so I am shopping my stash right now because, quite frankly, I have got enough yarn that I could crochet for probably 10 years and still not run out of yarn. Now, I'm not like a lot of YouTubers here. I don't have these big walls covered in shelving for yarn. I don't have that. I live in a little tiny 2-bedroom mobile home, which one of the bedrooms is where my son's stuff is and the birds live, because I keep them away from the cats. It's a balancing act. So anyway, my birds live in there. They get out and fly around a little bit when the cats are outside, and when the cat is in for the night, Buddy's the only one who comes in all night. But when the cat is in for the night, the birds have to be safe. So they have their own little room for their cages. Buddy sleeps with me in my bedroom, and everybody's happy. But I still have to be careful. It's a balancing act, you know. It's a balancing act of keeping the birds safe in their cages and not being terrorized by the cats. So my hair is curling, and I hate that when it does that, but it's going to do it until it grows to my shoulders, when I can cut it straight in a line, and then it'll probably still curl with my kind of luck. Anyway, all that behind me. So that's what I'm doing. I have several yarns that I bought on impulse. I loved the color. They're pretty. They're soft. They're yada yada. Yeah. I'm going to make baby blankets out of them. I have got a granny square blanket currently going now with pinks and blues and yellows and colors like that in it, and I will probably add a little of the burnt orange if there's any left over. You know, I'll just add leftover yarns. When I get a little ball of yarn, I add it to the baby quilt. So, and what I'm doing with those, and I'm sending them up to the Indian reservation because they requested baby items. So I'm making little hats and booties and blankets, and I'm sending them off to the Indian reservation. So, that's what I am doing lately. I'm not getting a whole lot of anything else done because these actually take some time. These take a lot of time, and I crochet slow. I'm not a fast crocheter. And I am a very loose crocheter, which is why my stuff goes like that. But like I said, in this case, it's not a bad thing because I am a triangle shaped body. So when my stuff goes like this, it actually fits. So that just goes to show you sometimes when you make a project and it doesn't turn out exactly the way you thought it was going to, try it on anyway. You might be surprised at how well it fits. So, until next time, this is Lady De Winter reminding you you're never too old to do anything you set your mind to doing. We'll see you in the next episode of Life with Lady. Bye-bye for now. Or should we call it Mistakes with Lady? Or Imperfections with... Bye-bye.